Good morning, guys. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2020, and the topic for today in math is dividing by multiples of 10, page 91. But before going to that page, we are going to review what we were learning the last week. Here we have a division with only one number in the divisor. Okay, one number in the divisor, so we take only one from here. So we say 6 divided by 3, 2, right? So we write 2 in the quotient and then we multiply 2 times 3 and it's going to be 6. And then we subtract 6 minus 6, it's going to be 0. Now what do we have to do next? We have to take the other number from the dividend, that is number 1, and we have to take that number down. But can you divide 1 into 3? No, right? Because 1 is smaller than or less than 3. So we have to take the other number that is 8 and bring number 8 down. But before doing that, we need a permission. How do we get the permission? Adding a 0 in the quotient. So now we can bring number 8 down and we say 18 divided by 3. How many times 3 fits into 18? Or what number can you multiply by 3 that is going to be 18 or close to or almost 18? 6, right? 6 times 3 is 18. And 18 minus 18 is 0. So, how do you call this number of here? We call it divisor. Okay? And how do we call this number of here? Numbers of here? Dividend. Remember that we are reviewing. This is something that you already know. How do you call the numbers in here? Quotient. And this number of here is the remainder. So let's repeat: quotient, dividend, divisor, and remainder. Okay, so guys, today we are going to start, is not a new topic. We are always learning divisions, but today we are going to solve other kind of divisions, okay? Okay, we are going to start by reading the problem in page 91. So I need you to go to page 91 and read the problem with me. Frank is recording the results of her timed science experiment. How many minutes and seconds did her experiment take? I want you to look at the picture of Fran. It's a girl. She is writing in a notebook, and it says time results. How many seconds do you see in the picture? Okay, so let's continue reading. It says, we want to find the number of minutes and seconds Frank's experiment took. So let's answer the first information sentence. We know Frank's experiment took how many seconds? 500 seconds. Okay? 500 seconds. Let's continue reading. There are how many seconds in 1 minute? Do you know in 1 minute how many seconds do we have? Excellent. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Okay? So let's answer the second information sentence. And let's continue reading. It says, to find the minutes spent on the experiment, we have to divide the total seconds, that are these ones, we have to divide the total seconds by the number of seconds in 1 minute. So that remainder will represent the number of seconds that were left. So we have to divide 500 by 60. So let's do that. Okay guys, there we have 500 by 60. What difference do you notice in this, or do you see in this division? Looking here in the divisor, what is the divisor? This one, right? How many numbers do we have in the divisor now? 2 numbers, 6 and 0. In the other division that we were solving last week, they had only 1 number in the divisor. So today we are going to learn how to solve divisions with 2 numbers in the divisor. So that's why we were reviewing the parts of the division, because you have to know which one is the divisor, the dividend, the quotient, the remainder. So how many numbers do we have in the divisor? 2. Excellent. 1 and 2. We have 2 numbers, or we are going to write them like this. We have 1 and 2. So we are going to take 1 and 2 from here, from the dividend. Now let's answer. Can we divide 50 oranges or candies or hamburgers into 60 children? No, right? Because 50 is less than 60. So we have to take the other number in the dividend. So we are going to have 500 divided into 60 children. Is that possible? Yes, it's possible. We can divide 500 hamburgers into 60 children. So we have to see how many hamburgers each one of them is going to have. But in here we are dividing 500 minutes into 500 seconds into 60 seconds. So last week we were dividing and finding a numbering here in the quotient that you can multiply by this number, and it's going to be 500 or close to 500. But tell me something, guys. Do you know the timetable of 60? Do you know the timetable of 60? No, right? You know the timetable from 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But you don't know the timetable 10, 11, and 12. But you don't know the timetable of 60. So pay attention, guys, to what we are going to do right now, because this is like a trick, a little trick that we are going to use for you to be able to divide. I repeat, we do not know the timetable or the multiplication table of 60. But we are going to do something only to investigate what number is going to be here, because we don't know what number is going to be there right now. Only for that, we are going to take number 6. And from here, number 5 is less than 6, so we are going to take 50. We are doing this, I repeat, we are doing this only to investigate what number is going to be here, okay? So tell me, can you divide 50 into 6? Yes, right? So in the timetable of 6, what number can you use to multiply by 6 and it's going to be 50 or close to 50? Okay, let's try with 8. Let's write 8. Now, guys, why 8? Because 8 times 6 is 48. And 48 is close to 50. Now, guys, I want you to pay close attention to this. Now we already investigated what number has to be in the quotient. But what we are going to know now is to multiply number 8 by not only 6, we are going to multiply number 8 by 60. So if you want, you can do it apart. So we can say 60 times 8. That is the same to say 8 times 60. And we do it. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 6, 48. So the answer that we have is 480. So we're writing here 480. Remember to keep the lines, ones under ones, tens under tens, and hundreds under hundreds. So now we have to subtract. Okay, let me erase this here. So remember, let's go to subtract. 0 minus 0, 0. Can we say 0 minus 8? No, right? This one becomes 4 and this one becomes 10 because number 5 is going to lend a unit to number 10. So we say 10 minus 8, 2, and 4 minus 4, 0. So what is the answer that we have in here? We have that we are going to have 8 minutes and these ones are going to be seconds, the remainder. 8 minutes with 20 seconds. So we already have the answer. So let's go to the last sentence that we have in the problem and it says, the experiment took how many minutes? 8 minutes. In how many seconds? In 20 seconds. Okay? So I know that maybe right now you were a little bit confused. So copy, well, you don't have to copy the process in your notebook because you already have this example in your book. It was only for you to get introduced to this new division. But now, guys, we are going to solve all together exercises from number 1 to number 4. So I will be explaining you again the process, so don't worry. Okay? Okay, let's read the directions. The direction says divide and check. Divide and check. So the same question that I have asked to you since the beginning. How many numbers do you have in the divisor? Remember that this one is the divisor. So how many numbers do you have in there? 2 numbers, right? You have number 3 and number 0. So we are going to take two numbers from here, number 1 and 2. And together they are 12. Can you divide 12 into 30? 30? No, right? Because 12 is less than 30. So we have to take the other number from the dividend. Okay, we have to take number 0 from the dividend. And now we say 120 divided by 30. Now this is possible because 120 is greater than 30, and it has to be like that. So what number multiplied by 30 is going to be 120? We don't know, right? Because we don't know that multiplication table of 30. So we are going to take only number 3. Remember that trick that we are going to do just to investigate what number goes in here. So we are going to do this little trick. We are going to take number 3 by here, and by here I have to take, if I take only number 1, is smaller or less than 3. So I have to take number 12. So what number can you multiply by 3 and it's going to give you 12? 4, right? Because 3 times 4 it's 12. So I already investigated what number goes in the quotient. So now that I investigated what number goes in the quotient, I have to multiply number 4 times 30. So you can do it apart. You can do it here. 30 times 4. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 3, 12. So the answer is 120. So we write here 120 and then we subtract 120 minus 120. It's going to be 0. So the answer in number 1 is number 4. Now it says that you have to check. How do you check if your division is correct? Multiply this times this. And we already have it in here. Look. 4 times 30 it's 120. So that means that this one is correct. We already have the check in here. Okay? Exercise number 2 says 45 divided by 20. Guys, I want you to imagine that you are looking how many times 20 fits in 45. With how many 20s do we do number 45? How many 20s do you need for making the number 45? Okay, so that's the answer that we have to ask to solve this kind of division. So we can guess, we can estimate the number that is going to be in the quotient. But if not, if you don't want to be guessing, we can use the other strategy that I told you. Okay, we don't know the timetable of 20, but we already know the timetable of 2. So I have to take, how many numbers do I have in the divisor? I have 1 and 2. So I will take 1 and 2 from here, from the dividend. Now tell me, can you divide 45 by 20? Yes, right? Remember that? If the dividend is greater than the divisor, 45 is greater than 20, so it's possible to divide. It cannot be less. So, how many times 20 fits in 45? So, we are going to use our strategy And we are going to take only number 2 because we know the timetable of number 2. And from here I'm going to take number 4, look, because we can divide 4 by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? But now we have to multiply 2 times 20. So let's do it apart. 20 times 2. 2 times 0, 0. And 2 times 4, 4. So we have 40 here, so we write 40. And then we subtract. Okay? And we say 5 minus 0, 5. And 4 minus 4, 0. So in this case, we have the answer already because we don't have another number in the dividend to take down. And we cannot divide 5 into 20, so that is the remainder. So the answer is 2, remainder 5. Do you understand, guys? If not, play again the video with this exercise for you to understand the explanation. But don't worry, we are going to do number 3 together so you can do it. Remember to pause the video for you to copy the process in your notebooks, and please write the answers in your books, okay? Okay, number 3 says 421 divided by 50. How many numbers do I have in the divisor? 1, 2, 5 and 0. So I will take 2 numbers from the dividend. 1, 2. Now let's compare. 42 can be divided into 50? No, right? Because 42 is less than 50. So we have to take another number from the dividend. So now we have 421 divided by 50. Now let's use our trick because we don't know the timetable of 50. So we are going to use the trick. Vamos a usar el truco. What trick? I will take only 5 right now just to investigate the number of here. And by this side, I have to use 4? No, because 4 is small or smaller than 5, less than 5. So I have to use 42. So in the timetable of 5, what number can be in the quotient that is going to be 42 or close to 42? Number 8, right? Okay, let's try with number 8. Let me use another color. Number 8. But now remember that we have to multiply number 8 times 50. So let's do it apart. 50 times 8. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 5, 40. So we are going to copy this under here. Okay? And then we have to subtract. Let's see. 1 minus 0, 1. 2 minus 0, 2. And 4 minus 4, 0. Do you or can you continue dividing? No, because we don't have any other number in the dividend to take it down. So in here the answer is 8 remainder 21. But we need to do something. Do you remember the instruction? And we didn't do it in exercise number 2, but we are going to do it in here. It says that we have to check. How do we check? Remember our little song. This times this plus this. Again, this times this plus this. Okay, let's do it. 8 times 50, or it's the same to say 50 times 8. Remember that it doesn't matter the order. And at the end we are going to add this. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 4 times 5, 40. And now we have to add the remainder that we have in here, plus 21. 0 plus 1, 1. 0 plus 2, 2. And 4 plus anything, 4. 421. And this one has to be the same that we have in the dividend, 421. In that way, we check that our division is correct. That means that our division is correct because we already checked. Let's remember this times this plus this, and we check. Okay, in number 4, we are almost finishing. This one is the last exercise that we are going to do. In number 4, we have 86 divided by 70. So again, how many numbers do I have in here? 1 and 2, 7 and 0. So I will take 1 and 2 from here. Tell me, can you divide 86 into 70? Yes, because 86 is greater than 70. Okay, now what do we do to investigate what number is going to be here? We are going to use the little trick, el pequeño truco. We take number 7 from here because we already know that multiplication table of 7, and from here I'm going to take number 8 because we can divide 8 into 7. Okay, so if you divide 8 by 7, what number is going to be in the quotient? Number 1. Okay, and this is easy to multiply, so we don't have to do it apart because 1 times 70 is going to be 70. Okay, or if you want to do it, 70 times 1. But remember that any number multiplied by 1 is going to be the same number, 70. So here is going to be 70. And then we subtract. 6 minus 0, 6. And 8 minus 7, 1. So the answer is 1 remainder 16. But it says that we have to check. How do we check? Remember that for checking we have to multiply this times this plus this. So let's do it. 1 times 70, or 70 times 1. 1 times 0, 0. 1 times 7, 7. Plus the remainder, that is 16. So 0 plus 6, 6. And 7 plus 1, 8. Is this number the same than the dividend? Yes. So that means that our division is correct. So now it's... So the activity that you are going to do is page 92, exercises from 1 to 12 and 1 problem solving. Remember the process in your notebook, the answers in your book. Send me both of them, pictures of your notebook and picture of your book with the answer. Work on that, and I hope you understand the topic, and I will be waiting for your exercises being done. Okay, blessings.